City or county of your residence.
Good morning, Corie Wilson, Columbus, Georgia. Trust in elected officials. Good morning, my name is Corie Wilson. I'm here today to talk about something simple that has become complicated, trust. Week after week, citizens stand at this podium and tell you, elected officials, what we do not want, and week after week, it lands on deaf ears. So I have to ask, what is so hard about saying no, I can't do that? The people who elected me to this seat overwhelmingly said no. Isn't that the entire reason the community votes for you? To represent them, not a developer, not a donor, not yourselves, them in their best interest. Meanwhile, Uptown comes before you and gets heard, expressed, delivered, act on, and I can assume it's because that's a high revenue district. And somehow that makes it matter more than the rest of your constituents' concerns. But I digress. Some of the best leaders in my life, I have always saw them out front leading, teaching, fighting for the people around them. That's what effective leadership has always looked like to me. Every role model in this city I grew up in showed me that. From the late, great John Spurlock, who taught me how to protect myself at East Columbus Magnet Academy, to Reverend Alonzo Whitaker, the former Chief Assistant District Attorney, and the pastor of the church I grew up in, Rose Hill Memorial Baptist Church, Incorporated, who has now served the community as pastor for over 25 years. That's more than half my life. And finally, to Uncle Johnny Warner, the man who taught me how important my constitutional rights are and why I should value every single one of them, especially the 13th Amendment. Every one of them listened. Every one of them loved the people they serve. That's the through line. Not one of them led by telling people what they wanted to hear and then doing the opposite behind closed doors. Now, I understand the argument that people may not always know what they want until it's gone. I've heard that argument in this chamber, but respectfully, that is not leadership. That is a justification for ignoring us, because this, citizens showing up week after week, telling you directly what they want and don't want, this is what democracy looks like. Not a formality you tolerate before doing what you already plan to do anyway. If a majority of this community stands here and says no, and the answer that comes back is still yes, then we have to ask honestly, who exactly is being represented in this room? I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm asking for the same treatment Uptown already receives. I'm asking for the basic democratic principle that when the people you serve say no clearly and repeatedly, you have the courage to say no on our behalf, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's not what a donor or a developer wants to hear. That is the job. That has always been the job. So my ask today is simple. The next time this community come before you and says, we do not want this, I'm asking you to actually listen, not nod, not smile, listen, and then have the backbone to vote like you heard us. Because trust isn't rebuilt with statements. It's rebuilt one vote at a time, one no at a time. And when a no is what the people actually ask for. Thank you, that's all I got.
Thank you, sir.